My parents said, "You're on your own financially," and cheered for my sister. I packed my bags and left quietly. Days later, she posed with a condo ribbon, but their chat blew up when my name hit Forbes. I'm 24, and I'll never forget sitting at our kitchen table in Chicago while my parents told me I needed to learn financial independence when I asked for help with my startup idea. 10 minutes later, they were literally jumping and screaming when my sister Emma announced she got into medical school. Growing up, I noticed the differences but never said anything. When I turned 10, I got books and a backpack. When Emma turned 10, they rented a bounce house and a clown. "She's more social," they'd say. Christmas was the same story. I got practical stuff while Emma got the latest iPhone and designer clothes. In high school, I worked 2 jobs while maintaining straight A's. Emma got $100 weekly allowance for basically existing. "You're so independent already," Mom would tell me, like it was a compliment instead of an excuse. I got into UCLA with a partial scholarship. They seemed disappointed I hadn't gotten into Stanford. "We'll help with tuition, but you're covering everything else," Dad announced. Meanwhile, they told Emma she should focus on her studies and not work because your sister worked too much and it hurt her grades. When I graduated with honors, they threw Emma a massive party for getting into Johns Hopkins pre-med. My diploma sat unopened on a table. That night, Mom asked if I'd give up my childhood bedroom so Emma could have a study space. That's when something broke inside me. I moved to Seattle and got a marketing job, but I couldn't stop thinking about an app idea. Finance First, connecting young people with financial experts for cheap 15-minute consultations. I was obsessed. I met 2 partners at a networking event, and we built a prototype while I worked full-time. 6 months later, I quit my job to go all in. We launched, and it was slow at first. Really slow. I was living on ramen and sleeping on an air mattress. Meanwhile, my parents' group chat was full of updates about Emma's achievements. I stayed silent. Then one Saturday, Emma posted photos holding a red ribbon in front of a beautiful condo. The caption, "Thanks Mom and Dad for the down payment on my first place. Best parents ever." The comments were filled with congratulations. My parents had bought her a condo while I was struggling to afford groceries. I didn't say anything. I just kept building. Months passed. Finance First started gaining traction. First hundreds of users, then thousands. We caught the attention of a venture capital firm. They invested $2 million. Then another firm invested $8 million. Within 18 months, we had over 500,000 users. I stayed off my family's radar. Radio silence. Then one Tuesday morning, my phone exploded. Emma sent me a screenshot of the family group chat. It was chaos. My parents forwarding articles, my aunts and uncles losing their minds. The headline, "24-year-old founder makes Forbes 30 under 30. List with app revolutionizing financial education for Gen Z." The article detailed how Finance First was now valued at $50 million, how we'd helped over 1 million young people gain financial literacy, how I'd turned down acquisition offers because I believed in our mission. My parents had been showing the magazine to everyone they knew. Dad apparently carried it in his briefcase. Emma's text said they'd been calling her nonstop asking for my number. I didn't respond right away. I sat with it. The validation I once desperately wanted from them meant nothing now. I'd already proven everything to myself. When I finally agreed to visit for Christmas, I booked a hotel. I wasn't their little girl anymore. I was the founder they said needed to learn independence. And I did, just not in the way they expected. The irony? During dinner, Dad asked for investment advice. I politely directed him to one of our financial advisors. The look on his face was priceless. They wanted my success now, but I'd built it without them. That was the real victory.